Welcome back to the Great Expanse by JohnBat426 here on YouTube. So glad you guys can join me. So glad this channel is growing. I'm so glad for each and every one of you that tunes in, everyone that shared the video. Thank you so much. If you've liked the videos that you've seen thus far, hit the like button. If not, hit the dislike button. Share this video with other people that you know that might like comic book related stuff as much as you do. Subscribe to the channel, hit that bell for notifications all. So the next time a new video is dropped, you'll know about it second. I'll know about it first. I'm a little distracted because I thought I was ghosting again. Alright. Alright, I guess we're not. But we're going to look at a lot of James Gunn news today, alright? I just want to maybe do it just all in one. Hopefully it'll be short and concise. It's because I don't really want to cheat you guys and go, hey, James Gunn said this in this video. James Gunn said that in this video. James Gunn said this in that video. That's 3 new videos. We're just going to put it all in one. So instead of a double up, we're going to do a triple combo. All right. So first, let's go to CBR. All right. .com. Here's the headline. Mark Ruffalo thinks James Gunn's DCU should make Marvel nervous. Mark Ruffalo is saying this. All right. Mark Ruffalo played the Incredible Hulk. He did a very good job. He played Bruce Banner. I did not like the script for him in She-Hulk. Okay? Again, I'm not going to say the name of the series. I'm going to say the series that the character was named after. I did not like the way he was treated in that series. I did not like the portrayal of the Incredible Hulk. I'm not putting that on Mark Ruffalo. No. I'm putting that on whoever spearheaded that series. Okay? Because he's like a nerd guru now. I don't like that. Actor Mark Ruffalo believes Marvel Studios should pay close attention to director James Gunn's upcoming reboot of the DC Universe. James Gunn is all over the place. All right? His name is out there. DCU has some credibility now. You know what I mean? And that's a good thing. Actor Mark Ruffalo believes the Marvel Cinematic Universe should be wary of the James Gunn-led DC Universe. I'm sorry. Let me cite the author. The author is Lance Gose. G-O-S-E. Okay? Freaking pop up. Yeah. According to The Direct, Ruffalo was asked if he had any advice for the cast and crew working on the upcoming reboot of the DC Universe during a live panel held at the Emerald City Comic Con. I think Emerald City, is that Seattle? I'm not sure. In response, Ruffalo expressed his faith in Gunn's skills as a filmmaker and claimed the franchise was in good hands. I would say, hire James Gunn because nobody does it better, Ruffalo said. And Marvel should be sweating because James Gunn is a really gifted filmmaker and I think he's going to be amazing for that franchise. Not the greatest Mark Ruffalo impersonation, but, you know. Is that it? That's it. So let's go to James Gunn's Superman Legacy. Though it remains to be seen if Gunn can propel the DCU to a similar level of popularity as the MCU, the director claimed he was already very far into the script for the first film of the rebooted cinematic universe, Superman Legacy, that comes out July 11th, 2025. Gunn also previously stated the upcoming Superman reboot will not be an origin story similar to 2013's Man of Steel. Okay? He further hinted that Superman Legacy will take place in an era where superheroes are widely known. So this isn't a dawn of anything, all right? Superman's working, Gunn explained. He's a reporter. He's at the Daily Planet. Again, we're coming into a world where superheroes exist and have existed. Maybe we'll see some Alan Scott Green Lantern, okay? So does that mean Batman might be a couple of years older than Superman? Yes, it could be. DC Studios co-head Peter Safran similarly discussed the upcoming reboot, with Safran revealing Superman Legacy will focus on the balance between Clark Kent's Kryptonian heritage and human upbringing. This is important for the person that Superman is. Regarding his and Gunn's vision for Superman's character, Safran said, Superman represents truth, justice, and the American way, which I don't remember hearing in any of the Snyderverse, okay? He is kindness in a world that thinks of kindness as old-fashioned, okay? Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 flies into theaters on May 5th. Superman Legacy is scheduled to premiere sometime in 2025. I told you, July 11th, 2025, all right? That's when it's coming out. All right, let's go to the next article. The website is called Koimoi, Koimoi. And the headline jumped off the screen. Henry Cavill approached by James Gunn to return to DCU, but not as Superman. Here's the wild twist. The article is by koimoy.com team. That's what it is. Okay. The most felt shakeup in the realms of superheroes in the world of fantasy was James Gunn taking the boss chair at the now DCU with Peter Safran. The Maverick filmmaker had some bold decisions in mind, and for that, he had to axe some very integral branches of DCEU. The first blow ended up cutting down Henry Cavill, who was shown the gate for the second time just weeks after he was given a chance to make a comeback as Superman and Black Adam. But now it seems like Gunn had some different plans. For the unversed, bringing back Henry as Superman in DCU has been a life motto for not just Dwayne Johnson, but gazillion fans of the star and character out there. He even made one in the climax of Black Adam, confirming that Man of Steel 2 was on cards. Shouldn't I say in the cards? But as James Gunn took over, the plan did not sit right with the idea that he had for the studio and its future, so he decided to let Cavill walk out again and kill his future in DCU as Clark Kent. This is very harsh language. Kill. No. Fans to date, even after a couple of months, continued to call out Gunn for doing so, but it now looks like James Gunn had some other plans with Henry Cavill in mind, and it was integral to move him away from Superman to execute them. There are reports that the DCU boss has approached the Witcher star, and there's a big twist in the tale. Read on to know everything you should about the same. Alright, let's hear what the twist is. As per a giant freaking robot report, James Gunn has approached Henry Cavill to come back to the DCU yet again, but not as Superman. Yes, you read that right. Gunn doesn't want Cavill to play Clark Kent, but he wants him to play an altogether different character. The internet has already labeled this decision as a wild and bold move, considering the star is synonymous with the Kryptonian prince. I don't know if Kal-El is a prince on Krypton or not. I don't know if the House of El is a royalty. Are they? There is no confirmation whether this has happened or Henry Cavill is keen on taking this leap and making a comeback to DCU for the second time, and not as Superman, but as a different character. Only time will tell. Till then, stay tuned to Koi Moy for more information on this and everything else from the entertainment world. Let down! That did nothing. That was just a bunch of cap. Alright. So we are going to go to... No, so we're just going to stop there. Alright. So Mark Ruffalo is on board with James Gunn spearheading the DCU. As I said in a previous video, I don't remember which one, but now everybody is trying to cozy up to DC because they see that things are in the works. They see that Marvel is in a valley, okay? There are peaks, there are valleys. Right now, Marvel is in a place that is unfamiliar with. It's in a valley right now, okay? I'm talking about the reception of the audience. Obviously, they still got globs of money because of Disney. And Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, I believe it is it at $500 million yet? It could be, but it's still generating money, the MCU. But the reception of the audience is blah, meh, mid, and all this other stuff. And Marvel's not familiar with that. So now people are saying the right things about James Gunn in the DCU. A lot of people are putting a lot of chips on James Gunn. Now that's obviously a gambling reference I just made, okay? I'm not encouraging you to gamble. If you have a gambling problem, call. Okay, I don't know which one to call, but if you have a gambling problem, call for help, okay? If you don't know, now you know. So, is Mark Ruffalo looking for an out to get into the good graces of James Gunn to be a part of the DCU? We know Dave Bautista, who's played Drax, has openly said that he wants to play Bane in Batman the Brave and the Bold, okay? Or somewhere in the new DCU. I think Bautista has the physique, he has the size, but in my opinion, there's only one man who can play Bane, and his name is Javier Bardem. If we're going to get a serious Bane, I want a serious actor with dread, and Javier Bardem proved in No Country for Old Men, playing the psychotic hitman Anton Chigurh. He is probably the only person who should play Bane. No disrespect to Bautista. I love Bautista, okay? From the WWF and the WWE and from different movies he's been in. Like, I love Bautista. But Javier Bardem should play Bane if there's going to be a Bane. And not Henry Cavill, but James Gunn said that this world, Superman Legacy, heroes exist and they already are known to the public. So we don't need a wet behind the ears Bane that's just starting out, that's just leaving Santa Prisca. But that's my vote for who should play Bane. Javier Bardem. Now, regarding Henry Cavill is a face, Henry Cavill is a name because of Man of Steel, because of Batman vs. Superman, because of the theatrical release of Justice League and Zack Snyder's Justice League. He's a name because of The Witcher. I don't remember his name in Mission Impossible Fallout, but that was a big deal having Tom Cruise and Henry Cavill in the same movie. I believe Henry Cavill is still on the rise as a star. Okay? It's unfortunate that he's not going to play Superman anymore, but just his face being in the DCU, if this is true, if a trusted and proven source told Koei Moy that this happened, this is a big deal for the DCU. Now, we know he's not going to play Superman. I don't believe that James Gunn would tease him and say, you're going to play Kal-El's uncle or Jor-El. I'm pretty sure James Gunn is bigger than that. To go, well, you're not quite Superman, but yeah, we're going to make you a part of the House of El, sort of. I don't think it's going to be that. And you don't waste a throwaway role on an actor like Henry Cavill. So, who could Henry Cavill play in the new DCU? Now, I'm going to look up how old Henry Cavill is. How old is this young man? He's 39 years old. He's about to be 40. He'll be 40 May 5th. The day that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 comes out is when he turns 40 years old. Henry Cavill still looks good, but who can he play in the DCU? Post your comments below as to who Henry Cavill, who you would like to see him play in the DCU other than Superman. If we're rebooting the entire DCU, Henry Cavill is chiseled. I'm trying to think which DC superstars need airtime to become more familiar to the public. Can't really think of anybody right now. Maybe he could play Red Tornado. Now, Red Tornado wears a mask, but this would be a test of Henry Cavill's acting chops. I mean, because if you think about it, the standout star of Rogue One, I know that Star Wars has nothing to do with comic books, but the standout star of Rogue One is Alan Tudyk, who played K2SO, the droid. Henry Cavill has the physique to play Red Tornado, and that would be a good test. Because when you hear Henry Cavill's voice, you know it's him, even with his put-on American accent, because Henry Cavill's actually British, okay? So it would be interesting to see Henry Cavill play a different role as Red Tornado. You're kind of still hiding his face, but it's still like, oh, that's Henry. He's in the DCU, all right? So, who do you think Henry Cavill should play? How do you feel about Mark Ruffalo bigging up James Gunn here as publicly as he's doing? And I think Mark Ruffalo is still attached to play Bruce Banner in The Incredible Hulk in the MCU. Post your comments below. I'm sorry, that's not my job to say. David Brent, please let them know where their comments go, please. That's where they go, down there. And do your part, I'll do my part, and let's continue to make sure that the Great Expanse by John Bat 426 lives up to its name and expands. It's in the name.